This is week 2. Let me show you something right now. So this is my dashboard right here. You will see the last activity was 1 day ago, and I'm currently down $25.12. Yes, the trade I took on Friday was at break even. I got kicked out at break even. Let me show you something over there quickly. I took the trade on gold, and this is it. I took the trade on a 15-minute time frame, just like you can see over here. Now on Friday, I believe most of you are aware that there was a CPI news that came, right? And Friday, because of the news, I wasn't even going to trade. I was waiting for the news to actually happen before I enter the market. I don't want to enter the market at a time where there's no news and anything could just happen. And for your information, I trade London and a New York session. So this from here to here. So this is a session I basically trade. I don't trade in an Asian session. This empty area I don't trade, right? So prior to the formation of the London and the New York session, I was expecting price to do some things. All right, I was expecting price to come here. All right, during the London session, I was expecting price to push. Let me see if this okay, good. So as price did this thing, move like this to this place, that was when I drew this line. I was expecting price to push to somewhere here above this line before starting to drop. And then you could see price clearly didn't go there. That is one reason I couldn't get my entry for this particular sale that happened. All right, I couldn't get my entry. And the next break of structure to the downside was over here, and after that you can see what happened. Price moved up a little bit, came down, and the next thing that happened was a New York session when the CPI news came. Right, when the CPI news came, you could see price pushed up all the way here. Right, once price pushed up all the way here, you will see it's obvious there's a bull run, like crazy markets, right? Let me see how many pips was up from the release of the CPI to this particular level. That's going to be like 743 pips over there. That's a crazy amount of money that you could have made, supposing you happen to catch the CPI movement, right? So in New York session, what happened is I've been able to get my expected formation that will allow me to pick a trade. So price actually came all the way here, all right, after breaking a structure over here. So price did this over here after breaking a structure, all right, after breaking a structure over here. We see price came down before beginning to move up. So I expect price to actually move up, in the long run, to continue the move up. But then what happened is price came down. Now, so this is where I took my trade. After price broke the structure, came down and closed above, I took my trade over here, right, at the open of this particular session, right? So my TP was up, right? Was up. Let me see. Was up. I expect price to move up a little bit this way, but then price moved like 110 pips or 11, something like that, few pips. Then it starts to move. And one thing that I did, and I always do, is that when price move at least 100 pips in my favor, I try to break even. It's my way of protecting capital, right? So once price moved up, I actually broke even over here, right? Meaning I was running this trade on risk free. I wasn't risking any money on a trade again. I was just doing it risk free. All right, let's see how many pips price moved before. So entry was from here. So price moved up to this level. That's 120 pips. So literally I've already put my stop loss at break even. Now the next thing I realized was price just moved down. All right, price just moved down, and it took me out at break even. And obviously, supposing my stop loss happened to be there, it would have come for my stop loss at the original level, right, at the original level. So yeah, it's just good that I put my stop loss at break even and price took me out. Now let me also show you something really interesting, something very nice about these 4 traders and why you should actually start using it, right? So let's go to my journal, right? So this is going to be the trading journal on 4 trader, right? Now when you come to the trading journal, you will see total the net total PNL, that's negative 25.12 cents. Total trade I've taken is 4, and the average profit is negative $6.28. Now why am I showing you this? This is actually a journal for you. If you are somebody who struggle with journaling your trade too, this is a typical journal for you. It's going to help you analyze your trade and show you very, very detailed stuff about your trade, especially the AI report stuff. Let me bring you straight to the AI report stuff. Now it will show you your strengths and your areas that you need to actually improve on. So if you look at this, you see measure position size and control costs. All right, so I use the setup that form, they were not high probability setup, so mostly I use the smallest lot size, right? And especially to hold intraday, like these are basically my area of focus, like the strengths, things that I focus on as I'm trading. So the instrument that I only trade is good. That's what I trade, right? Let's quickly focus on the weakness, because the weakness is something that we need to improve on. So once we get to know it, we improve on it, and that's going to help you in the long run. I'll show you this not because I want to show you, but because it's something important on this 4 traders platform. It helps you to analyze your trade. It helps you to understand how you trade. Okay, so if you check over here, the losses I had, the average losing trade is higher than the average winning trade, and that is exactly what the AI report is telling me over here. All right, asymmetric outcomes, losers larger than winners. All right, the loser on October 17th 10:41 a.m. was 13, all right, while the winner on October 20th was just $4, right? This suggests exits are too quick on winners and too slow on losers, right? So yeah, the suggestion over here is for me to target at least 1.5 to 2 RR in terms of risk to reward ratio, right? So these are actionable recommendations that AI actually gave me. All right, before I go there, let me just show you something, right? So this is like a calendar for me. The first trade I took was $13 plus, and the second one was a win of this. Third one way to hit my original stop loss, just like the first one, and the next one hits me at break even. This was a Friday trade I took. So there's a bunch of stuff written over here explaining or outlining why I should work on a risk reward ratio, and obviously it's clear. All right, it's clear because some of my trades hit me at break even, some went to hit the original stop loss. Yes, so definitely there is an indication over there that the risk to reward ratio over there, the profits compared to the losses are not tiling up. All right, but yeah, these are some things that you should actually check out, right? So before you trade, that's pre-trade checklist and journaling. All right, you have to get to the trend bias, the entry trigger, stop distance, targets, news check, session volatility. Like for myself, I trade the London and the New York session. Yeah, so all these things are here to help you. The AI report is like awesome, guys. It's awesome, right? The AI report helps you to know a lot of stuff about your trading activities, right? It helps you to know a lot of stuff about your trading activities, and it's something that I believe is going to help you if you are a trader, either a pro firm or you trade your own capital. This stuff over here is going to help you, right? And if you also want to start trading this 4 traders pro firm account, then check out the link in the video description. You're going to get 15% discount. As at the time I'm making this video, you're going to get 15% discount if you purchase any challenge account with them. using the particular link in the video description, right? So yeah, that's going to be all for this video, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bless up.